Until now, I have covered Baton Pass, Technical, and Velvet Room changes for Persona 5 Royal. I also made a video introducing the new My Palace feature, or the Thieves' Den as it's called in the West. Today, I am finally covering an addition to the game that offers another layer of depth to Persona Fusion. Additionally, I want to briefly touch on a heavily requested topic as well. My name is Rosalind, and today, I'm going to be covering the newly added Persona trait system and Persona balance changes in Persona 5 Royal. Before we get into the video, I just want to remind you that I do stream most days over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RosalindGaming. You can find a link in the description down below. Also, if you want to see more of my Persona 5 Royal coverage, I will leave links to those videos in the description as well. For those of you that have played any of the Pokemon games, Persona traits are going to feel very familiar to you. Persona traits become available as soon as you start Madarame's Palace, and from then on, every Persona in the game will have one, including your party member's Persona. You can tell what a Persona's trait is by looking at the yellow text next to its name when inspecting it. To see what a trait does, simply hit square as you would do to get more information on the various skills a Persona has learned, and additional text will become displayed under the Persona's name telling you what the trait does. Persona traits are entirely passive, but they can provide a wide range of effects. Early on, you will find traits that reduce the SP cost of a specific element type, or ones that increase the damage of AoE magic spells. As you progress further into the game, the effects provided by Persona traits will start to become more varied and powerful. At this point, you may be wondering if Persona traits are random, and the answer is no. Every Persona in the game has a specific innate trait, though they aren't all unique. Jack Frost, for example, will always have Ice lineage, which reduces the cost of ice skills by half. Black Frost also has this trait. Some traits, however, are unique, such as Alice's Die Already, which reduces the cost of instant death skills to 0. Just because a Persona has a specific trait that they learn, doesn't mean that they are stuck with that trait though. Every trait, including the unique ones, can be passed down during Persona Fusion. The exception to this are DLC Persona, as their traits cannot be passed down. What this means is that with a little ingenuity, you can create a Dai Sojo that can cast Samsara for free. Speaking of casting something for free, now is probably a good time to mention an important mechanic to Persona traits. Persona traits only activate in battle. This is important for traits that affect healing abilities, such as ones that reduce the SP cost or increase the potency of them. If you look at a Persona's skill outside of battle that has a trait that reduces SP costs, that reduction will not be reflected. Additionally, using a skill such as Media outside of battle with a Persona that gains increased healing from their trait will not have that additional healing applied. Having played almost 300 hours of Persona 5 Royal across 2 playthroughs, I do have some recommendations for Persona traits to look out for while playing through the game. Traits that reduce the SP cost on healing skills can be quite useful in the early game. That being said, if you have gotten Takemi's Confidant to rank 5, which provides access to SP adhesive 3s, this may not be your top priority. Nevertheless, it is still very useful. If you find that you are getting afflicted with status ailments all the time, you may want to look out for the trait that reduces the likelihood that you will be afflicted with them. Technical damage has been reworked, so status ailments are better all around. That being said, Freeze is incredibly useful, especially before you fully level up your technical skill. You may not always be able to enter the metaverse during bad weather, so having a Persona that can always gain the increased status effect chance from bad weather will go a long way towards increasing your damage and staying alive. Again, with the changes to technical damage, another 25% damage modifier is always welcome. Just because technical damage has been buffed doesn't mean you won't be aiming for weak spots anymore, and 50% more weak spot damage is pretty huge. Keep in mind that these can be found on many different Persona throughout the game, which is why I haven't listed a specific Persona that they can be found on. As for unique traits that are very powerful in the late game, however, these are some of the ones I recommend. This one is found on Alice, and while it may sound broken, the increase in the number of enemies that are immune to instant death effects makes it fairly balanced. That being said, it is still very powerful. Found on Addis, this trait is incredible. I mean, what's not to like about being able to fully buff your party with only one skill? This trait is unique to Futsunushi, but will almost certainly see more use on Yoshitsune, because why settle for 2.5 times damage from charge when you can have 3? There are certainly some other very powerful traits in the late game, but these are the ones that I wanted to highlight. Moving on, let's take a quick look at the traits that your party members' persona have. Ryuji's trait provides a very small chance to increase the damage of a physical skill used by a party member by 40%. Morgana's trait increases the amount of healing party members do in battle. Ann's trait has a very small chance to reduce the SP cost of any offensive magic skill used by a party member in battle. Yusuke's trait provides a chance for party members to dodge a physical attack that's directed at them. Makoto's trait increases the chance for party members to burn, freeze, or shock enemies. Haru's trait reduces the chance of party members being afflicted with status ailments by 25%. Futaba's trait gives her the ability to occasionally perform her own all-out attack that also heals the party's HP by 25%. This all-out attack only has a chance of occurring if Joker were to originally initiate the all-out attack. Akechi's trait has a very small chance to reduce the SP cost of any support skill used by a party member by half. And finally, Kasumi's trait has a chance to prevent being downed when a party member is hit with an attack they are weak against. As you can see, they all provide support to the party as a whole in various ways. Do note, however, that your party members' traits are upgraded later on in the game, but their base functions remain the same. Finally, I want to provide a brief look at what to expect with the various balance changes to Persona. To do this, I have selected a persona that had a little bit of everything done to it, Abaddon. First, let's take a look at Abaddon in the original Persona 5. Now here it is in Persona 5 Royal. As you can see, both of Abaddon's original weaknesses have been removed, and it has gained an additional resistance. Furthermore, its skill set outside of Absorb Physical and Gigantomachia has been completely reworked. It should also be noted that he can no longer be turned into a skill card via the electric chair. Instead, it now turns into one of two accessories. One that allows the wearer to use Megaton Raid if sacrificed outside of a fusion alert, and one that allows the wearer to use God's Hand if sacrificed during a fusion alert. I believe it goes without saying, but Abaddon is far from the only persona to have received balance changes. However, going over all of them would be very time consuming. So I hope you understand my decision to just showcase one example as a means of demonstrating what to expect with these changes. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Next time, I will be going over Mementos and all the changes it has received. This will be especially good for anyone worried about the nerfs to Confusion or the ability to cheese the Reaper. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Alternatively, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/RosalindGaming, where I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Also, if you found this video helpful and informative, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, take care.